Nice. You're gonna feel happy, I think.
Okay.
7,300.
What was that?
Whoa.
7,300 and what?
I mean, I've
10.
only twice, but wow.
I'll take it.
7,310.
Yes.
Holy shit, did I level up?
So that is with the 10%, 40, that's 8,041.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I think one more and I'll be level 8.
So 8041 plus 176,690 184,731.
Wow. Right on. Yeah, when those things came back, I'm like, shit.
So were
What?
we.
Yeah.
The wraiths.
And
Yeah.
one of them got away.
Well, as long as it didn't touch anybody.
And then we broke the. I mean, technically, we didn't really kill them because they came back. So
We killed them and then they were undead.
Yeah, I was gonna say then they came
Killed
back.
them as undead.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only kind of catch up I need is from when you guys threw Akasha the coin. What happened after that?
Nothing. We threw the coin. We walked away. And we said, "Never mind. We don't need your help. Go fuck yourself."
Cool.
That's
We
not
told her
how I
that this
remember
was
it.
all her fault. And if she didn't want us to get her world on this side of hell destroyed, that she would come with and help us.
Fair enough.
And then she agreed to help you on the condition that Samdal, that one of you would owe her a favor.
Again,
And Samdal volunteered.
He said he would only owe her a favor on the condition that all of us return
Alive.
alive from hell. So if we don't all make it out, then she gets nothing.
And at one point, she tried ensnaring you, and I was like, we're not doing that. We have a deal." And she's like, "Oh, that's right.
I remember that part.
Oh, that's right.
Get
He's
your
so funny.
thoughts off me.
I do live up to my bargains."
All right. And then
We went
after
back
that, you went back to the garden.
Yeah.
Where you surprised Leopold. And
doing personal things to himself.
he was
Oh,
not.
doesn't anybody knock?
You guys walked through one of his doors. Actually, she created a door for you. Oh, Sharana did tell you that she had some business to attend to before joining you. So she was going to stay back at the floating city.
She could set us up later.
Vapula's floating city, and that she would meet you in the garden at nightfall.
Now, should we go talk to Vapula and explain ourselves for why we committed the crime that we did?
She said, actually, that's what she said she was going to, one of the things that she was going to do, because there were witnesses. So she said she was going to explain that you guys were only defending yourselves.
I don't trust her telling the story. I want to be, she knows us. I'd rather her hear it from our mouths than hers, because she could tell whatever story. She's more than proven herself not trustworthy. I mean, what does everybody else think? Are we at that point, or do we leave already?
Brian seems to be in love with her, so he's gonna let her do whatever.
You already left, unfortunately.
Shit.
I think she'll stick to her word.
Can she see me with the orb?
Every time that you have scryed on her, she has been able to see you.
I'm going to use the orb to scry and tell her that we apologize for our crime.
No, Vapula can't see you. I think he thought you were talking about Sharana.
Oh yeah, no, Vapula cannot see. Yeah,
All right.
she can't see you.
You could go try and
Um,
watch and see what Sharana says, or if she'll know you're looking, then maybe she won't lie.
That might be an idea, but we don't know when she's gonna go. Was she going right away?
Yeah, because she has to meet us at the garden so we can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know exactly when she was gonna go. She wasn't like on her way out the door.
Well,
when
I am
when
gonna
she-
spy on her. I'm just so she knows that we're watching.
All right. So
I need to get all my.
hold on a second. Let's figure out what everyone is doing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's understandable if he's eager to like make some gameplay moves.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. Like I can
Yeah.
wait. I don't know about
Yeah.
the rest.
All I want to do is just let her know that we're watching, and then that's it. Then I'm good.
Okay. All right. So you step through the door. Leopold is there. He's got a bunch of books. He's surrounded by a bunch of books that he apparently had taken from the Tower of the Staff in the Sky. And he looks up and sees you. And he's also got the book of ultimate knowledge in front of him.
Good.
And he seems to be like cross-referencing things. But he looks up and he sees you and he goes, "Oh, you're back already." And then the door closed behind you. And then I think it was Ember that opened the door to see if it or okay, so Kate opened the door to see if it opened back up to Sharana's tent, and it was just the stairwell leading upstairs. So Mud, you take out your orb and
Yeah.
you just like tell the group what?
I'm just gonna let her know that we're watching.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, remember, you're a cat of your word.
All right. So you feel yourself being kind of pulled into the orb again, the swirling mists. You get pulled in, and once again, you're in the darkened street outside of Sharana's kind of tent. You see now, you look around and you see that there are people that are walking here and there. You know, now it looks like just normal night in the floating city.
Well, good. It's nice to know that there's not a fucking dragon or a Tiamat or some other crazy shit going on there.
Yeah. So do you go to the front door of the tent?
Is that where she's at? Is that right? I mean, I'm trying to find her. So yeah.
Okay. So you realize that as you move closer, that you've never actually gone into her tent uninvited.
Right. Well, I know she's got that circle of protection.
Right.
So you know what? I'm not going to intrude. She's going to know I'm standing there. I don't think I'm.
Yeah.
She's going to know I'm there.
You see the door does open, and you see she goes. She just looks. She looks at you, and you see her eyes kind of flash for a second, and she goes, "Oh, little gnome." She goes, "You've returned so soon. Did you forget something?"
No, we just wanted to let you know that we're going to be keeping an eye. We're going to watch your back just like you're watching ours.
She goes, "Well, as you know, I appreciate your being so thoughtful towards me." She goes, "But the sons of Azrael cannot harm me.
They may
Not
not
here."
hurt you. We all know that there are enemies everywhere. So just say thank you, and we're going to watch each other's back.
He says, "Very well."
And I go back. I don't even.
Right. She's closing the door as you go back. Okay.
That was it.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Oh, also sitting nearby is Mariel, and then Aujit and Burke are also sitting near the fireplace. You see Mariel actually is sitting at a smaller table You see, she's kind of like looking at something when you guys came in.
That's my mom again, right?
Yeah, Marielle is your mother.
Okay.
Hmm.
I go over to her and say, "What are you looking at?"
You you see she says the gnome has given me some of the molds that she made of the of Sandal's dragon's breath. She
And
goes,
say, "Oh, yeah."
and she goes, and I think I see where they have been going wrong.
Where's that?
She says, well, it's still quite a clever device, but however, it lacks elegance. She goes, there's a subtlety that was to the original that's not replicated here. She goes, the some of the metal pieces are far too thick. She goes, Elven smiths would not have made it this way. No offense, no, I'm sorry.
She says
He
that
goes,
to you.
no, gnomish tinkers are indeed very clever and inventive. I don't know that an elf would have thought of such a destructive weapon.
That destructive weapon has kept me and mine alive.
And his,
Indeed.
yeah, and hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
He says, indeed, indeed.
Was
He
it
says-
Link site? Was that the gnome's name?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say I wish you could
He
have met
made the
Link.
original.
Yeah, I say I wish you could have met Link. I think he would have been impressed by his skill.
She says, and what happened to him?
Unfortunately, in the battle of
Master.
the Master, he had a flying ship, an airship that he came to our aid, and unfortunately, it was downed, and he died in the crash.
She says, oh, a gnomish made flying ship. Patterned after the Githyanki flying ships, the Astral Travelers?
It was, but it operated like theirs operate like on magic or something, right? And his didn't.
Right,
Mm.
his was like
Similar,
air
but
steam.
it was purely a mechanical thing.
It worked of steam and heat with inflatable pouches.
Mm. She says, interesting. She says, she goes, and she goes, I would indeed also like to see this. Is there anything of this flying ship that remains?
Didn't we have it moved just in case?
It's in the garden.
Yeah, I say it's here in the garden.
She goes, perhaps when I finish here, I can investigate that further.
Of course.
Because with the help of the gnomes, and there are many gnomes here living in the capital now.
Yeah.
So it's so strange to me. I have been imprisoned in the Fey realm for so long, but this world has changed so greatly
It has.
since I last visited the realm.
I said at some point I would like us to visit the World Tree so you can meet Etta and Lily.
She says, "Oh yes, I would love that. I would enjoy that. Indeed." All right, and you hear Burko. So what happened what happened on Vapula's floating city?
I do one of these and I just walk away.
We talked, we convinced Sharana that it would be in her best interest to help us. Made her a deal that was as much to our advantage as hers.
Made her an offer she can't refuse.
What? What kind of deal would you make with her? I
We
mean,
promised not to hang out on the floating city and get it destroyed by the Tarask in exchange for in exchange for her leading us to the person that we need to get us through hell.
he goes, wait. Just let me understand this properly. You made a deal with the woman who kidnapped my wife and tried to eat my child.
And I said,
Technically, she didn't try and eat your child. Someone else did.
you
She was going to
understand,
feed my child to a group of
Burke,
bloodthirsty aristocrats.
Burke, we have to travel through hell. You understand that we stand almost no chance without a guide. Believe me, she does not want to go back to hell.
Give me a charisma check, Ember.
$48.
You see, he just kind of says, unbelievable.
I'm like, well, also
He said,
he may not make
he said,
it.
he says, I guess I don't have to like it, but I see your point. He goes,
And I'm
he goes, but I will say this. If she betrays you, I will make it my life's mission
And I say, I hope you do. I say,
to
and
find her and get revenge.
as far as I'm concerned, this feels like very much her fault. And she's obligated to do something to help us make it right.
He says, yes, this is all her fault. She's the one that gave the black pearl to the man in the mask.
Well, there's nothing to say that someone else might not have gotten a hold of it, but yes, it is her fault.
All right. Leopold's like, oh, I guess if you really wanted to look at it that way, yeah, but it's kind of all of our faults. I mean, you gave the pearl to her, and then she turned around and gave it to the man in the mask.
Well, I kind of had to give the pearl to her. It was
She was
the
gonna eat mud.
it was the agreement for her not eating mud.
Oh, so it's kind of Mud's fault.
What the hell?
Yes, because he didn't.
I totally
He didn't make
let
that.
her-
He didn't make that rolling say that rolling the saving throw.
Saving
roll.
throw.
Yes.
All right. So I'll just says, I understand. I understand why. Oh, by the way, she's holding the egg.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say she's holding the baby. I was like, when did it hatch?
Yeah.
I
And she
actually
said-
I say, so when is that scheduled to hatch? Do you know?
She says, it won't be long now. Maybe only a matter of weeks.
I'm worried about you being here. Radistan threatened to destroy everything we care about. And he already knows you're here and the lengths we went to rescue you.
Well, where
And
can
he
we?
knows this place. It was created by part of his mind.
Wait. Would he be able to track her if she's in the bag of holding?
She can't live in the bag of holding. There's no air.
Oh,
Yeah. I just don't think it's safe for them to remain here in the garden.
I'm just trying
Frank
to.
says, where should we go?
I don't know.
We could
I
go to
think
the
we
World
need
Tree.
to figure something out though. We need to be thinking about it.
I say you could go to the World Tree and be with the dryads.
Or maybe you could go to the floating city where they can't track you.
I don't like that idea.
She's gonna
I
be
mean-
with us.
The Tarask can burrow under the ground as fast as it can move in the water, but it seems to be in the water right now.
Mariel says, we could go back to the Fey realm. The queen would protect us.
And the Tarask can't go there.
Are you guys okay with that? It would be the safest place.
Burke says, I feel like torn because I want to help, but I don't want to go to hell.
None of us wants to. And you should be with your wife and child we don't know what's going to be happening here when we're gone, and we'll have no way of knowing if we're needed.
It's actually better if we have someone here.
I mean, I'm like, he is pretty helpful now, especially,
Absolutely.
but I don't think
He needs to be the first
I
kid,
can see why he wouldn't want to come.
and he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to.
No, he should stay with Aujit. I still think the Dryads would have more of a chance of protecting them because they can always escape back into the Fey realm.
I was like, they have a gate to the Fey realm there.
That being said, if you or Aujit have anything that'll help us on our mission, we'll be happy to. Like, if you know of any magical things that might help us,
And the leprechaun is no longer guarding the gate to the Fey realm.
well, they'd be welcome there anyway. The queen's there.
Yeah.
This
So
is all. Leopold says, "Yeah, this is all very true." And he goes, but I feel like my place is here, so at least I should stay.
I agree.
But I should probably move my studies to the Tower of the Staff and Sky, out of the garden. It would be easier for the New Order to defend the tower.
Well, and Radistan obviously knows this place. I mean, he came and poisoned the pantry.
Could you send them within the house to the in the traveling house to
He says
the
the walking tower doesn't walk anymore, remember?
oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
All right. You hear the door open and Harper comes in.
Keep it.
Huh.
Where have
And
you
you
been?
see she says, well, I've been trying to ask some questions, try to get to the bottom, like you asked me to, try to figure out exactly when the last time the barmaid from the Singing Sword was seen outside of being hung as Dixie. She
Okay.
goes, so far nobody remembers anything about seeing her after she finished her work at the tavern at the Singing Sword. She had a really small apartment of her own upstairs from the Singing Sword. And I kind of looked around a little bit.
You
He
find
goes, I
anything?
didn't. He goes, I
Let
did
yourself
find.
in.
She goes, it took a little bit, but I found a way in through the window.
Okay.
She goes, but I did find this. And she holds out a pouch and she throws it on the table, and you see that it's got a bunch of silver and gold pieces in it. She goes, either they're tipping very well at the Singing Sword, or somebody paid her a bunch of money for something.
So she cooperated and didn't know what she was getting into.
Wah, wah.
He says, maybe. I think that's probably what happened. As usual, when dealing with this, with this guy, he double crossed her.
Well, I just wanted to have an idea of how long Dixie's been loose, and it doesn't sound like it's very long then.
No.
Not long before the hanging was scheduled.
She goes, no. In fact, it was the night before. At least as far as I know, everybody said that Portia was acting like her usual self.
Until
Because and her bed was neatly made, and her room looked like it had been cleaned recently too.
No, those are not Dixie qualities.
Yeah. She says, oh, one more thing. I thought you should know. The Victory Jewel has come into the bay.
Oh, great.
She says, yeah, they were preparing to dock. I heard some merchants talking about it earlier in the marketplace.
It'll be nice to have your ship back.
I'm so like full of trepidation. Like if I get into the bay, is this thing gonna appear and just swallow it whole? Like I'm just waiting for. Did I hide anything in the front of the ship where the spirit of the ship was? I can't. I remember I did when I was on the ship, but I can't remember if I hid anything there.
You guys had everything unloaded though after you got
Okay,
back.
that's what I thought.
So you did. You hit it. You hit all the treasure that the loot that you grabbed from the
Room.
the secret room.
Uh-huh.
All of Tanner's loot.
Yes.
You had that brought back, and you remember you brought it to the bank. You had it brought to the bank
Okay.
on kind of the advice of Lord Ethor.
Okay.
right. You see, Leopold says. So he goes, I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Go on.
He goes, Ember, do you still have that mask that can change your face?
Yes.
He says, what if, now I'm just saying, what if Burke and Algit and maybe a small group of other friends that we know we can trust made their way to the World Tree, but someone, and I'm thinking maybe Harper, disguises herself as you. So people clearly see Ember leaving the city and heading east.
That would mean that whoever's behind that we leave behind is going to be in some danger.
Or that means that they're going to think that she's alone with a group of other people and it's a good time to attack.
Yeah, I was thinking
He says,
bullseye on her.
he says, well, but then maybe make an appearance in one of the other cities in the east before heading on to the World Tree. You know, you can go to Lake May before you get to the Ides River, and you could stop at the crossroads there before going on to the World Tree. Or even go as far south as Calorgan, which would make sense because that's where we all met.
Leopold, I think your idea is dumb. So let's move on.
Why?
He says,
trying to
okay.
throw them off the trail of thinking that we're here so that they don't destroy Cornith. Is that
But
right?
I also don't want to draw attention to them.
No.
So
Better we start a rumor that we're going in a completely different direction than anything, or that we've gone through the gates of hell. They
I
want to
don't
come
think
follow
we
us
should
through
tell
hell.
anybody that we're going there.
I mean, no one's going to see us leave anyway.
As far as
Well, that's the thing is no one's going to see us leave, and I get his point of he wants people to think we're gone so that they don't come destroy the city.
well, what if we all get on the fucking boat, send the boat out, and then use TJ's power to beam us back to the island, and then we just go to hell?
Then they'll definitely attack the boat.
Well, it doesn't have to be our boat. It could just be a boat. Well, we wanted to attack a boat.
Or why don't we just send the boat out with Simon on it? Simon, once it's like at sea, we can be seen around town and stuff like that. And then we can make the switch then.
Well, the town needs to see us leave. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We fake our leaving and then use Simon to switch back and then go to hell. But yeah, Brian made a point that will make the ship a target, but better the ship than the town. you know, and it doesn't have to be the Victory Jewel. It could just be another ship.
Well, I mean, we can go ahead and ride out and ride a couple miles out and then use mine and Simon's power to come back. But go in a different direction than Aljet and Burke.
Absolutely. Yeah. The whole point is to draw them away from everybody. Go a
Yeah.
complete direction that no one thinks we're going. You know, and it's just gonna have to be a sacrifice ship.
And I mean, we doesn't have to be a ship, is what I'm saying. We can go by land
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
go in a certain direction.
We don't need to take a ship. That's right. All right, cool. Yeah, because then
Because we've already established that Simon can be 2 hours flight away from me, or no, half a day flight away from me. Like our range is pretty long to be able to switch places.
all right, cool. Yeah, that's great.
Guys, I think our story should be that that we're going to find out why Fizman didn't show up, because he's like, I think he might be like a mage or wizard of some consequence based on that shop he had and all the magical items he had and kind of how crazy he is.
Yeah.
And that we think
we
it
know
has
that-
something to do with what's going on, and we're going in search of
And how do
trying
we
to
know that
figure that
Fizz?
out.
And how do we know that Fizz wasn't the Mad Mage?
He's not. It's Radistan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
No, Radistan was still trapped in the mountain when
Oh,
we
I know
met
that.
his
I'm
name.
saying I still think.
No,
No. All right.
he's a completely different person.
I do think there's a reason he didn't show up, and I don't know what it is. And he, whether something happened to him or he's aligned with the Mad Mage.
That
But
doesn't
it's-
sound right either, though. You know, I don't think
We
that
just feel like we think this has something to do with it, and we don't have any other. We can't go battle him head on.
Right.
Yeah.
And if we figure out what's going on, we might be able to figure out what to do about it.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
So Oswin says, so we're gonna split up the group, but who's going to go to hell and who's going to go to the world tree? Just the girl, the owl girl and the bard?
And Harper.
Harper's like, what? No, I want to go to hell.
Are you crazy? You didn't want to go to hell yesterday.
She goes, no.
And like,
He goes-
you-
I
He
look
goes,
at Harper,
sorry, go ahead.
I look at Harper and I say, Harper, they may need your skills on this trip.
and I'll tell you the amulet of invisibility won't help you in hell. Most of the creatures there have true sight and can see right through it. And that was one of the things that protected you the most in the Fey realm.
Leopold says, she's right. Just about every devil and demon has true sight. And
Yeah,
that's
Bulletproof in this invisible cloak.
and he says, yeah, that's going to be difficult for you.
Thanks. That's exactly the answer I was looking for. You jerk. Actually, did you get any information on the unicorn horn?
He said no, I haven't had a chance to. I've been studying about the 9 hells.
Yeah. Do all the things that you want to do.
So everybody roll a 20-sided die for me, please.
19.
20.
Wow.
15.
I rolled this ancient green die from way, way back.
You
That's awesome.
wasted your 20 on it, though.
I know.
Mud, what did you get?
Well,
12. Okay. I need you to roll another 20 for me.
all right. 8. I explode.
All right.
You go blind for 48 hours.
Ah!
Okay. So, Oswin says, so what kind of supplies do we need for an excursion into hell.
Lots of water.
Holy water?
He goes, I don't know. Will that work in hell?
And what did you learn, Leopold?
And he says, huh, I don't know actually about anything about holy water. He goes, but I can tell you a little bit about Tiamat's prison
Go on.
and a little bit about Asmodeus.
Go on more.
So he
Oh.
goes,
What was the dude's name? Your pit fiend friend.
Bud.
He goes by
Bell.
Bell, but
Bell.
Bell. Yes, he goes, Bell used to be the top general. But then he was replaced by Zariel. So Zariel has that cult that you encountered on the floating city. He goes, I actually found out a little bit about her too. Zariel was once an angel, but her impetuous nature and love for battle led to her fall. In her previous life, she was charged with observing the battles on Avernus and tracking their progress. From this exposure, she grew obsessed with the blood war, and a thirst for battle grew within her that she could not ignore. In time, she became frustrated that she and the other angels were forced to remain spectators while the demons and devils battled. The hosts of Mount Celestia, she believed, could descend on Avernus en masse and wipe out both hordes of evil from the cosmos if they so desired. But after repeated requests to join the fray, she was denied, and her frustration overtook her, and she launched herself into the blood war. And she joined forces with Asmodeus. Asmodeus wants to rule the cosmos under his watch. He believes the universe would take on a pristine, perfect state, with every living creature assigned a place in the infernal hierarchy. Wars would end, and every creature would have a purpose to fulfill. The universe would be a utopia, at least as Asmodeus views such a thing. Of course, as he sees it, Asmodeus is the only being with the charisma, strength, and insight necessary to shepherd the universe in this ideal future. His rivals and inferiors, who, if left to their own devices, will turn the cosmos into a demon-infested maelstrom. The powers of good are sentimental fools, too delicate and soft to do what must be done. In his mind, Asmodeus has been chosen by the universe to protect it from annihilation. So
when you say universe, you talking about our plane too?
all of it,
Everything.
Yeah. All of existence.
all of existence, because eventually, if left unchecked, the abyss would overflow all of planes of existence, except maybe Mount Celestia, and that includes also the Fey realm.
Yeah.
He says, "Here, listen to this. Tiamat waits and watches. The Queen of Dragons resides in Avernus. Her lair sits atop a towering mountain with flights of dragons wheeling through the skies to discourage any demonic incursion. For their part, the demons avoid this place. The hordes of the abyss have learned the hard way that Tiamat and her court prefer to be left alone. She appears disinterested in becoming involved in the blood war. Tiamat's presence in Avernus has confounded sages for years. As with devils, she is unable to leave the plane of her own will. She must be called forth, but only the mightiest rituals can draw her back into the world. So, if she has been imprisoned here, how and why did that come about? It is only known that Asmodeus has imprisoned her in Avernus for some unknown reason. And he is the only one capable of allowing her to leave. The most prevalent theory holds that the confinement is related to the end of the long war between dragons and giants, and that she was sequestered here by means of a mighty curse levied by a forgotten god and Asmodeus in a pact. Oh, the god of the giants with Asmodeus. The curse brought an end to the war, but drew a curtain on the time of the dragons and giants on the material plane, clearing the way for the rise of humans, orcs, dwarves, elves, and other folk. If Tiamat were returned to the material world, that event could trigger or be a signal of the resumption of the war between giants and dragons. He says, but giants are very rare, even here now.
I say, do we know why the Pit Fiend ex-boss Bob was demoted from being the general? Like,
Because he disappeared. Bell disappeared from Avernus. He was summoned to the material plane by the master and imprisoned here, enslaved in that pocket universe that the master created to hide his part of his soul.
So why doesn't he have his job back then if he's back though?
They found someone better while he was gone.
Oh, okay.
And plus, a lot of people really believe that Asmodeus takes some kind of pleasure from sending a message to Mount Celestia and the gods that Zariel now works for him.
Demons are the worst.
She
So
says
he's actually a devil.
he's a devil.
Yeah.
But he goes, this is an interesting thing. Zariel does still wield her holy Avenger sword.
So is she now evil, or is she just living there because she was?
She is now technically a devil.
But is she evil?
She is obsessed with war.
Okay.
So she is a fallen angel.
Yes.
I want that sword.
He
I
says,
want a holy
but that
Avenger head.
he says, but that's just the thing, Samdal. You already have a sword like it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's what
He
her
goes,
sword is.
you're flip. It's a sword of an archangel.
Oh, I think we knew that, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your flame
Yeah.
brand is the same as her sword. But think if you had two of them,
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fight two-handed.
All crazy
you
like.
just would lose the luck.
Yeah.
He says Leopold says, I would advise against trying to fight Zariel.
Well,
I say obviously you haven't met Sam Dahl.
Have been any of the guiding factors in any of our fights.
He said, no. So Bell has now been demoted to just a simple prison guard.
oh wow.
And so now he resides in his tower, which is a massive prison where the architect is.
For the what?
Or the architect.
The architect, the architect is the one devil who knows the secret hiding place of Tiamat's prison, which is where you want to go to return the souls that were made in the promise between I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the dagger's name.
Vanis.
The pact that Vanis made with Asmodeus was that he would deliver souls to the mountain of Tiamat. And once those souls are delivered, then he would be given the power to command Tiamat on the material or an aspect of Tiamat on the material plane for one day.
Wonder if we could somehow get Bell to attack the Archangel and get his job back.
Oh, devils are well known for their infighting. They hate each other, especially the Lords of Hell.
Then
You
yeah,
know,
That-
I was
Zariel hates Despater. Despater hates Levidius. Vernal and Banal, brother and sister, they all hate each other, and they're always trying to get the best position to get favor for Asmodeus.
so we may be able to position it correctly with Bell
right,
to help us
make it work out, right?
Right.
as it would ultimately work. I mean, work in his favor.
Mud, give me a 20-sided die, please.
I don't know if I want to do one of those, hey, remember me?
Sure you do.
Hey, guy. 13.
Wait. Remember me? Come
He-
on, we can update it.
Yeah, but you know what? We set him free, though. We helped him.
We did.
Yeah, we
Right.
did
You know?
solid.
That's why he hesitated and didn't kill us. And then we're like, we can let you go. And he was like, I'm waiting.
I'm wondering if we can use a piece of that or something. At least try and get him, we'll help you, and then you could be back in your, old job.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long
I
as
mean, we've already proven that we will help, that we're willing to work with you and help you. We already got you,
The thing is, the thing that we want to do, like, Asmodeus wants the souls, but he doesn't want anybody really to have control of Tiamat. And it
right.
would be better for him to just wait us out and let us all die in hell and take the dagger and just get the dagger without having to give us anything. So if Bell helps us, Asmodeus would be irritated with him, not pleased.
he doesn't need to know
But
that.
you have to be really careful. I think he knows that.
Oh,
I'm just saying you'd have to be really careful about how we position anything if we were to try to talk to him, because he might be like, or I could just kill you, and he would be even happier with me. So
So you hear a noise. You hear a, and you see that the mirror in the corner of the room begins to glow.
all right.
And
I
you,
look at Leopold.
you see that the image
Are
the
you
image
expecting a
begins
call?
to ripple and change.
Oh,
That's what I was gonna say.
And you hear a voice. You hear
and we can't
We
hear
can't
you.
hear anything,
I
so
didn't
we.
hear
I,
anything.
All I heard was,
oh, sorry. You're Leopold. Leopold, are you there?
Oh no.
do we recognize the
All right.
voice?
You see Leopold stands up and he says a kind of a incantation in front of the mirror. And you see the mirror kind of ripples and clears up. And you see that there is a large face, and you recognize it. It's Bayern, the dwarf ambassador to Cornith.
huh?
Oh no, Baron.
You see he says,
Was there a problem?
Just, Leopold. He goes, the city of Ofa has fallen.
Oh my God.
I knew it.
He says, he says, the kid, he goes, Glake Strakebuckle has died.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh no.
He goes, a horrible beast rose from under the mountain. He goes, we were already under attack by an army of orcs from the Valley of Sorrow. And he goes, we were overconfident. We thought that we could defeat them easily. We prepared to march out into the battle when the whole mountain shook and a horrible creature rose from beneath the mountain, destroying the kingdom and half of the army. He goes, orcs have overtaken what is left. The dwarves have fallen. He goes, warn the rest of Cornith. This creature could be coming there next.
We got
He
it.
goes,
There goes our.
he says, I will try to gather whoever is left. We will try to make our way back there.
Can I
Warn
just,
the king. Warn the king.
All right. How many are left, do you think?
He goes, maybe only 50.
Oh my God.
Is the graveyard still there, or is the whole mountain destroyed?
He goes, I do not know. He goes, I don't have much time. The orcs. They
Wow.
were
Like a
working
game
in
a graveyard?
they were working in league with this creature. He
Isn't
goes,
there a gate in
"And
the graveyard? Where did it go to?
Mhm. Yeah,
Where did it go to?
they went to their graveyard on the side of the mountain.
Oh, so they can go from there to here?
Mm-hmm.
so tell him that, because he may not know that.
All right. I just go, well, there's a portal in the graveyard that will take you here to safety.
He says, we will try and find it if we can. He goes, but orcs have already overrun most of what's left of the city.
Okay.
He goes, by my beard, I swear, the dwarves shall rise again and reclaim our city. But for now, we must flee.
Right.
He goes, the king had no chance. He was swallowed by he was one of the first that was swallowed by the beast.
I just want to point something out. If we go through the portal here and it's destroyed, we're stuck there.
Well, there's nothing we can do there. You know, we're not prepared to just go there and fight them. We just want to try to save what's left and have this evening.
No, I'm talking about when we go to Avernus.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, I don't know if that portal is gonna be the way back.
Yeah.
Either.
I just want to point that out.
And well,
Little dippity do.
I say, Harper. will
You see the
folks-
wait, hold on a second. Before you do that, you see the mirror kind of crackles and ripples, and the image of the ambassador disappears. Oh, sorry. There was one critical part in this story that I forgot to mention.
They're all dead.
Can we rewind this a second? I got it. It's an important detail
Yes.
that I should have shared. Okay. He in his recounting of it, they were preparing to face off against the army of the orcs. They were going to march out into the battlefield. But one part that I should have said was, and then the sky went dark. An eclipse of the sun, and then the whole mountain shook.
Was it a total eclipse of the sun?
that's the eclipse that happened during the last game that nothing happened in Cornish.
Mm,
That was Ofa.
I look at Sam Dahl and I say, do you want me to go warn the king and queen now?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. I change into a bird and I say, Simon, let's go.
All right.
And I fly.
Okay. You fly off. You see, actually, Leopold opens the shutters for you, but as soon as you leave, he closes the shutters and locks them.
Okay.
Samdal, what were you going to say to Harper?
I was going to tell Harper to go, but that's a better idea.
Okay.
Her flying there than Harper going. I was going to send her with the message for the king.
Gotcha.
I say, okay, now this is escalated now. So either we move quickly.
Do we even
Yeah.
bother with the
I
distraction?
don't know how often he can summon the monster or how difficult it is. No.
Yeah, I'm like, do we even bother with the
Ask
distraction?
Leopold if he knows.
He
Well,
said
does he say anything when I make that comment?
says, I don't know actually, but I do have some information on the Trask, but most of it is shrouded in mystery. And there's nothing so far on this magical pearl. He says, I've been busy studying Avernus, and hell. He goes, but I will continue. I'll begin looking up things on the Trask.
Well, maybe once
Hopefully,
the others
hopefully
find
before
something, they'll-
nightfall, when you leave, I'll know more.
Aren't the other mages researching as well? When are
He
they
says-
supposed to report back?
He says, he says, I told them that I wanted to see them. I told them that I wanted to regroup tomorrow morning. He goes, but that's not enough time, especially if you're leaving tonight.
Right.
All right.
I
You
don't
hear a
know if
knock
I
at
should- I don't know if I
You're-
should feel guilty about Ofa or not.
No, because we
I
didn't
don't
go
feel
there.
guilty, but I feel bad.
Yeah,
It's just
because
places,
he
it's
attacked there
people that
because
have
of us,
helped
though.
us. He's what he's going after.
he's gonna go after everything. He's gonna go after that Hillian.
He's gonna go after everything that is connected to us and could possibly back us up.
Mhm.
Which could also mean the World Tree.
Which means
That's why they should just be ready to go to the Fey Realm.
we need to just go straight to hell.
Yeah, I don't even know about distractions anymore. You're right.
There's no point for a distraction. He's gonna
No, I don't.
Well,
I don't think that we should. And I don't think we should lead anyone to think that I or anyone is with them when they
Yeah.
go.
no,
They
not
should just be
they just
leading with
decimated it.
everyone else that leaves the city, which is going to be a stampede soon.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they should go to the Fey Realm. It's probably safer than anywhere else they could go on this plane.
Aljit, what do you think? Are you
Aljit says-
agreeable with that?
Algid says, I would prefer that we stayed in the realm as long as possible. But I like the idea of being close to an escape route to the Fey realm,
I
if we
think
should
that-
need it.
If possible, Leopold, would you be able to portal them to the World Tree so they
Well, her,
don't?
her mother could, right?
Who
What's her name?
did the
Muriel?
portal that took us to the floating city?
You should go
Wasn't
to
it-
the Fey realm.
Edda did it.
No, just now when we went to the floating city.
Leopold.
Leopold. did the portal.
Yeah. Leopold says, well, I mean, we could do the thing where you scry again on the dryads.
You
Once I've
came
seen
to
it,
the
I could-
World
I-
Tree with
I
us.
could- He goes,
In the beginning,
Yes, in the beginning.
oh, yes, okay, yes, I remember now. I
Wow,
could.
you are being very magey.
He says yes. I could portal you. I could portal you there. He says, do you want me to send you now? You see, Bert
Ooh.
goes,
wait till
well,
I get back because I'd like to go to warn Edda.
Well, we should
All
send your mom there too. Your mom should go back to the Fey realm for this.
I
Okay.
agree.
I don't want her to
And
get
take all the plants to the dragon breath so she can make the dragon's breath there with
she can go there and work in
the-
peace.
the elvish peoples.
all right. And Mariel says, and what of the gnomes? Should we send word to them? Maybe they should also come.
Probably. I mean, don't most gnomes live
yes.
in the Fey realm to begin with? Like, there are more there than here, it seemed like.
She says, yeah, we could send word to Garl and Nimba and have them come with us.
Mhm.
Not Garl.
Well, they-
Garl,
There-
yeah, that's it. That was his name. Garl Glittergold is the name
That's
of the
right.
gnome.
He
He's
needs to go back to the god. Right.
out there, God, yeah. His name is Garl Mushroom Cat.
Excellent. And just for the record, like for whatever reason, I'm not. If I ever go pray or whatever, and I'm not part of the game, I always pray every night. Every time I pray to Garl. To keep-
Okay.
so when he's reading his spells, he also prays to Garl.
Yes, that's what I was going for.
Well, you can't do both at the same time, but you could say a little modest prayer
Yeah,
before and after.
I'll say a prayer for Garl before I start my main prayers.
Okay.
Okay.
In reading, you read, I pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say, Ostwin, do you think you're ready to go to hell?
He says, "Oh, is anyone ever ready to go to hell?"
Well, I mean, I'm just considering your age and your health and your
He goes-
fake arm.
He is.
Tell him to stock up on ale in his pouch.
He says,
Woman,
"Shut
I
up,
have
boy."
that. Don't make him ask for it back.
He has no. You got your own from the Tanner's
Did
Throat.
I? Oh, that's right. I thought had his.
No,
we
you
were
don't have.
saying that we wish we would have asked him for his before he left.
Mhm.
But we should just turn them both inside out.
That would put an end to all of us and this abruptly.
Haha, Mad Mage.
Hey, oh, what if I were to fly over the Trask with a bag of holding and drop down on top of him?
No, Ant-Man, no.
No. It would just take like one nostril. That's all it would take there.
It wouldn't fit.
So, Oswin says, "Do you not think I would be helpful?"
No, I think you would be.
I think you'd be helpful, but I wonder about our other people that need help here.
He says,
I think if he comes with us, he should wear a red shirt. That's all
I
I'm
think
saying.
he should come with.
Yeah, he should come.
Honestly, nothing can stand against the Tarrasque. And wherever
Yeah.
it chooses to go, it will go and leave a path of destruction. Oswin would just be standing in front of people that may or may not get eaten by a Tarrasque and be eaten with them. Like, I don't think he or any of us gives anyone a fighting chance against the Tarrasque. That's why we're not going against it head on.
Well, let's not
Okay.
forget though that Radistan has orcs and goblins and everyone else working for him too. So
Not goblins. Not goblins.
Not
hobgoblins
goblins, just orcs.
"Just orcs."
and
He
kobolds.
said, "And go
And what?
Golems.
Oh, yeah.
golems." He says, mentions, "You do bring up a good point, though. Out of anyone, I knew Radistan the most. And really, all of this started because of me.
No,
I know that Mud made a stupid pact with the Rakasha, but it all started way before me, before this."
how do you figure it started because of you?
He goes, "Because I was the one that brought the five banners together. I should have seen the evil that was in Radistan a long time ago." He goes,
I don't think that necessarily he had evil in him. I think the shard had corruption within it,
What shard?
or not the
The Soul Forge.
that
"The
thing.
Soul
No.
Forge." Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Radistan was mostly evil. That's why he sought that thing out. That's why he manipulated the people in the five banners to get what he wanted. I think the guy that was left behind that was his good side was a fragment of a person because that's how much of him was good.
He's only good out of the entire day for like
I
5
think he was evil and very, very smart.
He says,
So Oswin, you never stood a chance.
people.
maybe he says, "But maybe I could get close enough to him if I could get in the same room with him."
He wouldn't let that happen.
He goes, "One thing I can tell you for certain, Radistan has always underestimated me."
I believe that. I don't think
He says,
ever
he says,
from the
not, he goes,
forgetfulness.
"And I am the only one that hasn't been imprisoned under a mountain. And I'm the only one of the five banners that's still walking around. Well, now that Piffle's dead, but he was never a five banner anyway. Don't listen to him."
According to him, you guys were best friends. Are you sure
Can't
you
listen to him
haven't
anymore.
forgotten
Wait,
something?
he's dead.
And like he knows that.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of liked Piffle. He was all right.
He goes, what?
I mean,
Annoying. He was never straight headed.
well,
Sometimes
He
you
goes,
Still
no
kind
one's
of like-
wrong-headed than you.
he's
All
just
right.
kind of like, and he motions to Burke, and Burke is like, I am standing right here. I can see you.
Yeah, don't listen to them. Piffle was a pain in the ass.
No, he wasn't.
He says,
Kind of like,
all right. You see, he's like, you see, he says, perhaps I should stay here and try and lead some kind of resistance against him. Buy you some time.
That seems crazy.
I think you're better off with
people should
us.
flee and hide.
Yeah, they should evacuate the city is what they should do.
He says, Samdal, what do you say?
well, I figure the way the storyline goes, we're gonna have a final face-off with Radistan, so you could just wait till then to talk to him.
He says, that's
So-
if we survive.
Right. But we'd probably have a better chance in hell with you than without you,
Yes.
even
Well, then-
even with your fake arm.
He says, then I'll join you.
And his arm.
You hear a knock at the door.
I jumped because I wasn't expecting it.
Ah! All right.
Oh wow.
You see Harper goes over and she looks out the kind of like the little peephole.
Oh,
Is she that tall now?
No, she takes a
Oh.
little stool and
Okay. Who is it?
she goes, oh, it's Bert.
Oh,
From the ship.
Bert Gale.
let him in.
She opens up the door. She unlocks it.
Is your boyfriend with him?
She looks at you and
it's not someone holding Bert's head, right? It's actually all of Bert.
yeah, no, it's just somebody holding Bert's head up on a stick.
It's Ernie holding
Oh wow.
All right.
I'm sick of you stealing my cookies.
All right. You see that he walks in. You see he goes,
We all say bird at the same time.
Bert.
all right. You see he walks in with a kind of like with a limp.
Uh-oh. Is that from the attack?
You see he
Glad you
says
made it.
he says, Captain, the victory jewel has returned to Cornish.
So I'm glad you made it back. Did everyone make it back?
He says, no. And the victory jewel is in dire need of repairs.
Well,
He goes, we lost a lot of the good members of the crew.
Jane.
I look at Harper. What's her face like? Stricken?
Yeah, she's like, looks like she's trying to be brave.
I say, what about the boy? Because he would have been the only child on the ship, right? So
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
asking about. Yeah.
He says, Rain is lost. He says, out of nowhere, the sky went dark. The sea grew turbulent. The great beast rose from the ocean. We thought all was lost. Then suddenly a great wave carried us away. I'm assuming maybe the magic of the victory jewel somehow prevailed.
So,
Without that miracle, we all would have been lost.
should we tell him?
And he says, but some of the crew were washed.
he's been
Some of the crew were washed overboard. This Frain, Molo,
Oh,
Niv. He says,
Not
Towbridge,
more.
Towbridge is gone.
Ugh.
And Poppy,
Oh,
he goes,
Chef?
the ship was rocked.
Is that the chef or the chef's wife?
The chef's wife.
Oh.
He goes, and Triton.
Oh, well,
Karos, the Triton.
why didn't he just swim away?
He says, they were swallowed by the beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
so basically nobody really that important.
Shut up. You don't say that.
He says, I'm sorry, Captain.
I say,
We
I'm
had
sorry we're there.
we had no warning.
No,
And he goes, the mainsail needs great repairs. He goes, if you want to repair the Victory Jewel, I know some good men in the shipyard that could repair it. And he goes, but it'll take time before
we
she's
have other,
really seaworthy again.
there are other concerns right now. We need to get everyone to safety. And I said, as you know, we were in the Fey realm. And I said, but we were alerted of the attack just in time. And it was the Queen of the Elves that saved the ship and those that she was able to rescue.
From the Fey realm?
She
From magic?
used her magic to lift you and move you away from the Tarrasque.
He goes, well, praise the Queen. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today. He goes, why did this beast attack us?
I say it was summoned by an old enemy, returned from another plane, intent on destroying everyone that has helped us in our adventure.
An old enemy of yours.
An old enemy of the realm that we took on to stop.
He goes,
yeah, we
he
took
goes, as if we haven't had to deal with this with enough already. When shall we know peace?
Stop playing this campaign.
He says,
You would just ride
if-
off into the sunset, you'd all be fine.
he says, if he goes, Captain, if I may, I think I've seen enough. I think once the ship is repaired, you should find another first mate. I'm sorry.
I said, no, I understand.
Brain had grown to be like a son to me. When he says that, Harper actually just gets up and she walks out of the room.
That girl has seen more death in her 13 years than most people have in their lifetime.
He's gonna be a mighty, mighty warrior.
She's never gonna love anybody ever again.
I said some are leaving the city to go to the World Tree and move on to the Fey realm, where they will be safe from the creature attacking that's attacking the cities now. We're warning the king that he needs to evacuate the city. You should go.
To the Fey realm.
Well, the creature destroyed all of Ofa too. Took down the whole kingdom, killed the king.
The creature not only can travel by water, but also burrow under the ground. It can be anywhere.
Like a burrow.
I say the Fey realm is very weird, but the creature will not be there.
Just, yeah, maybe He says, "We'll do what I can. Let me make. I'll make
Provisions.
I'll make arrangements for the repair of the Victory Jewel, and see to that, and then I'll see my way to the World Tree."
Say, nobody should stay just to work on the repairs if the city is evacuating. I don't expect you to press anyone to do that.
He says,
As long as
"Very
it's-
good." He says, "Very good." So he says, "Well then," he goes, will you send word to the bank or Lord Ethor to let him know that we'll need funds?"
Absolutely. Whatever you need.
"Thank you." He goes, "I'll be going now. Good luck."
We're very
You
sorry,
see.
Burke.
Thank you, we'll need it.
You see, he leaves.
That sucked.
That's a rough day.
But pussy.
Yeah, we can just all go to that Fey realm and just say, fuck this world. We don't
You know,
need
I
this.
thought about that for a second. I was like, we can retire, you know, we just take our treasure
I
and
have
go.
a feeling that when we do retire, I'm gonna be like, I honestly just can't be in this place anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
All
gonna
right.
be like Frodo at the end of the Lord of the Rings. Like, this world isn't for me. I've seen too much.
A little bit relatable now, huh?
Yeah.
I remember when I read that when I was a kid, I was like, that sucks.
Yeah,
Why
me
would he
too.
want to do that? Like, and now I'm like,
I was like, what a jerk. He's leaving all his friends.
yeah,
See, I always understood it because he dealt with so much corruption that he needed time to rest and just have a safe life.
Oh, you're just so much more mature than us, TJ.
No, I just always I got it. Like
yeah,
I
and
got
then
the whole
he left to go have his wonderful life, and the Shire was destroyed.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, it was destroyed. It was under attack before he left.
It was his fault.
It was his fault. All right. Anyway,
technically it was Bilbo's fault. We're gonna blame
Wow.
anybody. Let's blame Bilbo.
Sure.
yeah,
Can we take a quick break?
yes. Let's take a quick
Oh.
break, and then Kate, I'll come back to you. So, Kate, you fly to the palace. It's still, it's like mid-afternoon at this point. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
That was gonna be my next question is what time is it?
yeah, it's like mid-afternoon. The sky is clear. There's like a gentle breeze blowing off of the sea. And actually from this vantage point, you could actually see where the Victory Jewel has docked
Okay.
in the west. But you and Simon make your way to the palace. After settling in and talking to some of the guards, you make your way. You're brought to the throne room, where the queen is there waiting. You don't see the king at this point,
I
but
bow and I say
Queen Isodel is there.
I bow and I say, Your Majesty. I said, Is the king not joining us?
She says, the king is on his way. If you prefer to wait, so you don't have to repeat yourself. But I thought, I was told that your message was urgent.
It is urgent. I look around, is there anybody else in the throne room?
There's some guards. You see Roland, who Samdal left in charge of the city watch.
That's fine, but there's no courtiers or anything like that.
No, nobody like that. Simon, it's Simon, Roland, 3 guards, and Queen Isabel.
Okay. So I walk up to the queen and I say, I can repeat this again, but I'll tell you, Ofa has fallen. King Drakebuckle is dead.
You see, she looks, she goes, what?
The dwarves have been decimated.
She goes, these are ill tidings indeed. Why? What?
They were
What?
they were attacked by orcs. And
Orc-
while rallying the forces to get ready for the orcs, the Trask came up from the earth and swallowed the dwarves whole.
She says, then our list of allies is growing short, indeed.
We will have no allies. He will
She
hit
said-
he will hit all the allies, and he will do the same to this city.
She says, what can we do to defend ourselves against such a creature?
Nothing. I'm not even going to parse words.
Run.
I say there is no place on land or on water that this creature cannot reach.
She says, then what can we do? The king will not abandon the city. He will tell the people to evacuate, but the king himself, I know my husband, he will not leave.
I say,
Alan is stubborn and brave.
this creature is magically resistant. It is strong. It is pretty much unstoppable. The only thing that can be done to the creature is to reverse the summoning, and for that, the Black Pearl has to be obtained from the Mad Mage.
He says, well then, perhaps we should attack the Mad Mage where he is. On the Isle of the Magi. Is that not so?
That is correct. But any ships that are seen coming, he will attack with the Trask.
Roland says, so we either wait here and get attacked by the Tarrasque, or we go to the island and bring the fight to them and get attacked by the Tarrasque.
That's essentially yes.
He goes,
I said there are some people that are going to be making a trek to the World Tree to escape into the Fey Realm. Because
She says-
at this point, the creature cannot jump realms.
she says, and what of your people? The elves have just returned to the realm. Will they flee as well?
I do not know. That is up for the Queen. She may be calling them back because of the danger here. The Queen of the Elves is aware of the danger.
She goes, and what will you do? You and your kin, your party.
We are going to try.
do.
Yeah. I said what we normally do. Try and pull off a miracle.
She says, what can the kingdom of Cornith do to help you?
I don't know.
I say prepare the citizens. Those who are the most vulnerable need to be taken care of and need to be sheltered. I said there's a chance that Tarrasque may be sent against the World Tree itself. And if that happens, then the gateway to the Fey Realm is then lost as well.
Well, that one is. There are others.
Yeah.
All right. You see King Winmar enters the room.
I bow to him as well. I say, Your Majesty. I said,
You see he
I've
does.
I've just informed your queen of the tidings that King Drakebuckle has fallen. The elves have been decimated. Ofa has been destroyed.
And he goes, and this is all the Tarask and the Mad Mage is doing.
Correct.
And then so the Queen brings him up to speed on everything you just
We
told him.
both do in tandem.
Yeah. You see, he says, well, he goes, Cornith has known too much war of late. Our armies are depleted. He goes, I will look to the south, to our old companions, the Rangers, what remain of them, and to the goblins, if they will still stand against the orcs. Stand with us against the orcs. Let them come. They will not find Cornith empty of warriors, but they will find it empty of its people. He goes, we'll evacuate, and any willing to stand and fight will fight.
I say I appreciate your strength and your nobility, but this is not a fight you can win.
He says, perhaps not. But there is nowhere safe in the realm as long as the Tarask hunts openly.
Agreed.
Because justice must be served to the Mad Mage. And if there's anything that we can do to slow his impending destruction of the realm, then we will do it. Cornith will stand.
I say
its people will be brave.
work with the Order of the Sky and the Staff then.
He goes, yes, there must be some solution to this puzzle in some forgotten tome. I heard that the order has been reconstituted under the leadership of your friend Leopold.
That is correct.
The wizard.
I say
Yes.
Leopold is actually going to be transferring his entire office and research to the oh, I don't know that, do I? I wasn't there for that. Oh yeah, I was. It was before
Yeah,
I
you
left.
were.
I think you were.
Yeah.
I
He
say
said-
he's going to be moving his operations to the Order of the Staff and Sky so that they can collaborate more easily.
He says, well then, it is
I say-
decided.
I say call a meeting of the priests to call on their gods for assistance. Use anything that you possibly can for any sort of advantage over this evil.
You see, he looks at the Queen. He goes, my lady, before we wed, you once served as a cleric of Pelor. Would you be able to call upon the priests again? She goes, perhaps. She goes, although they were less than helpful in the war against the Master.
Mm.
He says, Pelor has chosen to allow us mortals to solve our problems for ourselves.
I say that unfortunately, this is not a simple mortal problem. This is a being of extraordinary power called to this plane of existence by a madman.
You hear Simon say, Kate,
What?
we have to go. And you see he flies out.
I say, if the eclipse happens again, that was the precursor for the attack on Ofa. The sky went dark.
Went
Know
dark
that.
too.
What?
It went dark here too. We experienced an eclipse. That's when
I know. That's why I'm telling them. I
Yeah,
say
that
so,
there's a warning.
yeah, I say so. If an eclipse happens,
Be
an
ready.
attack is happening. It may not be here, but that is the time where you must be ready.
You see Simon flies back and he says, we have to go. Come on.
I say, I'm sorry, I have to go. And I turn back into a bird and leave. That's my last change.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. You see, he's flying, and you see he's like, come on.
What's the hurry?
He goes, he goes, I've been summoned.
By who?
He says, Nylea, she's in the garden.
All right. I put on speed.
Okay.
All right, I want to have an interaction before anything else happens.
Okay. Yep.
I go up to Mud and I say, come here for a second, and take him over in another room. And I get down on a knee. I said, listen, we have been together for a long time now. And there have been times where you have been brave, but you are also the weakest of all of us. So I would not think poorly of you if you did not want to go to hell because you cannot turn invisible.
You know, for everything that we've been through, how much has it really helped? When it's come down,
Well,
I've had to use my powers or my mind, not my cloak. And you're my family. I have to go.
okay. I mean, I would not deny you coming, especially with, your wand now, you could be of more assistance with the orb and everything that we've learned. But you take 2 hits from a devil or a demon and it could be the end of you.
But if it buys you the time to save the world, then so be it.
Right? All right.
You're a great friend.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, just be careful, okay?
Damn straight.
Either be on my back or just be close.
Okay. You got it.
All right.
I was gonna ask a question of something I was thinking about. I
Yep.
asked Usman, did Radistan always have this house? Or was this something that he acquired after he was, slow, where he would, be out of it all the time?
He said, oh no. Before he was divided, before the first war with the master, he got the house, but he didn't always have it. Not when I first met him. When I first met him, he was just a student.
But he had the house before he was divided.
Yes.
I said, okay. So I wanted to check before I do what I want to do is I want to put Ryle's glasses on, and do I know which bedroom was Radistan's?
There's only one bedroom.
There's only one bedroom? Okay. And then there's a library and
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's
All right.
a common room, a kitchen, kind of like a sitting area in the ground floor.
okay.
Then the second floor and third floor are mostly library and studies and alchemy.
All right.
And the top of the tower is the bedroom.
I'm gonna scour the house. I'm just gonna scour the house with the glasses on, looking for like hidden doors or compartments.
Okay.
It's certain
Because
as
I've never done that.
I'd start
Okay.
way down.
You're what?
I was saying I would start in the room and work your way down.
You start at the top?
Yeah, I'll start in his bedroom and work my way down.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay? I changed some of my mic setup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
I
yeah.
can hear you.
Okay.
You seem a little lower than you used to be, but we can still hear you.
All right, cool.
But I'm also
All right.
losing my hearing, so.
What?
All right. So you see Simon is flying back down towards the garden,
Mm-hmm.
and you follow his path down towards the the temple of Corel Larithian. Oh, TJ's gone.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just moving around, so I didn't want to make a bunch of noise.
Okay. Do you want me to pause on you and go to somebody else, or
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
okay. So you see he spirals his way down to the back down towards the garden, and you see that standing there is Nylea with her tiger. And
Okay,
you
so
see
I land.
she's kind of just sitting outside of the temple of Corel Larithian.
Okay. I land in front of her and I give her a nod and I say, Nylea, it's always good to see you.
And she says, I see your familiar heard my summons.
Yes, he did.
She says, well then. She goes, I've come to see you because rumor has that you're planning on leaving the realm once again.
Fortunately, yes. Not by choice. But by necessity.
She says, she looks up at the temple and she goes, tell me, have you met Corel Larithian?
I say, I have not, but one of my companions has.
Jesus. Yeah. If you ask me, he's kind of a useless, pompous fool.
No more than what was the evil god?
Which one? The god of death?
Yeah.
That was oh man, Erebos.
I say more pompous than Erebos.
And she goes, oh. She goes, no one is more pompous than Erebos.
I say,
he goes,
well,
but Corel Larithian is a close second. She goes, Mount Celestia has shaken. There are forces at work beyond even my understanding at this point. And I wanted to tell you, if you go to the place where you plan to go.
Yes.
She goes, your prayers will still reach my ears, but I myself could never intervene directly.
I know. I'm well aware. I say, unfortunately, I said, if you have a way of getting rid of the Tarrasque without me going to hell, then I'd be more than happy to entertain any thoughts on that.
She says, this wheel has been set in motion a long time ago, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Not personally. Most of the time, I'm content to see where things go. She goes, it's something that helps me get through this eternity. She goes, but I felt like I needed to come and see you personally because I actually like you.
I say, man, you don't have to sound so surprised. I'm a likable person.
Is she telling you that you shouldn't go to hell?
She says,
she's just letting me know that I can't, that if I go, that my powers will work and I can still pray to her, but she won't be able to intervene or help in any way.
She says, you have to understand, once you enter the realm of Asmodeus, no one from Mount Celestia will be able to intervene.
Understood.
And she goes, but I can tell you, if you choose, I can make it so Simon can stay behind without any pain to either of you. He goes, and the bond could be renewed once you return.
If
I pet Simon and I give him a kiss and I say, he's gonna hate me for this, but please.
Simon's like, no, I'm going with you. He goes,
No,
I don't want to go to hell, but I don't want to be left behind. I want to
I
be
say-
at your side.
Kane, you and Simon can stay and live.
I say, Simon, it will kill me if I lose you.
He says, and if I lose you, how do you think I'll make it? He says, I can't. No, don't do it. Please don't leave. Don't betray me this way.
Oh, damn.
Okay. I kiss him again. I'm like stroking him and I say, I thank you for the offer, Nylea, but our fate is intertwined. What will happen will happen.
She says, you should know. Souls are the currency of hell. And Simon's soul is very special. Keep him hidden. Keep him safe. His soul is very valuable.
Still want to go, bud?
I say, why is that? Can you tell me?
Because he is immutable. He can change.
Okay.
Didn't bring him.
And absolutely shouldn't bring him.
Just let him hit. Just
He
when
says,
your kids have tantrums, you still do what's best for them.
No, he's not, but he's not my child. He's my partner in all of this.
says, if the devils know of his presence in hell, they will stop at nothing to get his soul. I just want you to know.
I look
gave
at
you,
Simon.
I bestowed this gift upon you to protect you. She goes, but where you're going? She goes, but choice is the ultimate gift, and I'm giving you a choice.
I look at Simon again and I say, Simon, you will not be able to fly free. You will have to live in my pocket. I'm coming back to you.
If anything sees him, you will be in danger.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, I say if you were discovered there, it actually will put everything in danger, everyone, including me. Stealth is needed.
He's really more of a liability.
He says, then I'll be careful. I swear it. Don't leave me behind. Please. I beg you. Please don't do this to me. Don't abandon me.
Can I try
I
to hypnotize him to
I
calm him down?
I feel like
You're not there.
the moment that
Chloe.
what's her name had to leave
Sophie's
from a Golden Compass, had to leave
Oh,
Pan at the edge of death
yeah.
because he
But
couldn't
she
go
didn't bring Pan there. She did the responsible thing.
right, but it altered their bond forever. I asked Nylea, I say, can I have the night to think on this?
She says, I must return to my place. She goes, I'm sorry, but you must choose now.
Like, aren't we just leaving right now?
I say, so when the bond is broken, I won't be able to talk to him anymore, even while I'm here.
She goes, not until you say you want the bond to be returned.
See, so you could call
Do
him.
whatever you think is right.
You
I
gotta
don't
do it.
want
It's your
Yeah.
thing.
I say, is there any way that you can dampen his aura for our trip?
Mm.
Yeah, is there a cloak?
She says, there is, but he would lose the ability to change his shape
Forever?
Until I say I ask that, I say forever or until we return.
until you return.
I look at Simon and I say, pick something small and let's get this done.
You see, he says, then I'm coming with you then.
Yes.
He says,
Choose,
What-
I say, but choose a shape that's small.
he says, like what? I can't decide. This is too big of a decision.
Chameleon. I'm not there. I'm sorry.
I say,
You can still speak.
I get excited.
you guys have any suggestions on what he should change into?
Chameleon. I
I have
mean,
no idea.
what's a good creature that's good in heat? Some sort of lizard.
I asked Nylea, I say, is there a common animal in Avonlea that where he would
Avernus.
Avernus?
I think
Abigail.
Emily is like some girl's book.
She says,
Fire salamander.
I have never been to Avernus.
Mine.
Fire salamander. I say, how about a fire salamander, dude?
He says, that's like a lizard.
Yes.
He goes, I could do a lizard.
What a dragon. Can you turn into a dragon?
He cannot turn into a dragon.
Not even a baby dragon. I
A
really
little
see
wee
a
dragon.
dragon.
No. All right.
I
You see, he turns into you see kind of like shakes and his feathers kind of like, you see he turns into a small red lizard.
okay. All right. I hold him out to Nylea. I say, please dampen him.
Ew.
All right. You see,
I
she
like it to
says,
make it moist.
Oh,
she says, come here, sweet beast. And you see, she puts her hands over him. And she goes, good luck. She goes, but still, if the devils do notice him, he's less noticeable, but not invisible.
I know. I said, I will keep him hidden.
He goes, keep your own soul safe as well. She
I
says,
will try my best.
goodbye.
Nylea.
She's gone.
Oh, I close my eyes and I do a prayer to her and thank her for her wisdom and guidance and assistance.
on friendship.
I'm not going to go that far and say I'm friends with a god.
I
Okay.
give her a hug. Give her a big hug.
All right. Ember,
Yes.
searching around, you found like little hidden places in the bedroom, empty.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone around through the library. You found that your eyeglasses were attracted to a specific book here and there. Hollowed out book, also empty.
Mm-hmm.
You see that there are little hidden alcoves all over the library. I need you to roll a percentile.
I'm gonna put all the books that have that everything I find, I'm like pointing out to Leopold so that
Okay,
he's aware of it. I actually tell him to come when I go up.
you
And
want
it's
him to come with you? Okay.
Yeah, and I show him all the hidden places and leave them open so that he knows where they all are. I say,
Okay.
I don't know if there's any way for you to do anything to see what might have been in any of these places. Do any of them have like residual magic on them?
You see, he does a detect magic spell. And you see, he says, "Well, the hidden cabinet in the hidden chamber in the back of the cabinet in the bedroom definitely has residual magic." He says, "And the library is full of magic, so it's hard to tell.
No,
Everything kind of
I was
glows in
thinking
there."
like in the bedroom, like those. Okay, so I leave the books out that he had hidden things in, just so Leopold knows which ones they are. I rolled
Okay.
a 28 perception.
88?
28.
28. I thought you said 88. Okay. You're just about done. You're like, well, you've searched the whole place and you're about to take the glasses off. And you notice that over by the hearth that there's one that when you look at it through the glasses, you see that it's got a strange aura about it. Because the hearth is made out of various size like river rocks that have been kind of cobbled together,
Uh-huh.
just like the chimney on the outside of the building. So they're
Okay.
like different sizes, but you see that there's one stone that um that does look like it's a little bit off color.
All right. So I go and
Lick it.
I like when I get closer, can I see that it obviously is like maybe something that would move, or what do I notice
Yes.
about it?
You notice that it definitely would move.
So I press on it first to see if it presses in.
You see that it does press in and you hear a clicking noise.
Okay, where did it come from?
When you let go of it, you see it pops back out and it's not flush anymore with the fireplace.
Okay, so I pull it all the way out.
All right. Roll a saving throw.
I would say don't pull a fucking butt.
Shit.
Why
Roll a
would you think
saving throw
it's safe in here?
versus
Huh?
poison.
Versus poison? I didn't
Yep.
see any traps on it.
You didn't
search for
check.
traps.
You check for magic, not traps. And then you pull the mud. What is
I
it, a
know.
mosquito?
Oh, at least I only need an
Fruit
11
fly.
poison.
Oh yeah, fuck those little
I have
things.
I
one
rolled a
fruit fly.
16. I'm good.
Okay. All right. All of a sudden you see that there's like a gas comes out of there and it sprays you right in the face and you manage to like turn your face. You're coughing and hacking. You can feel your lungs and throat burning and your eyes are watering. But you're gonna make it. You kind of fall to the ground to get below the cloud of poison. By the way, Sam Dahl, you're standing there, you can see all this.
Okay.
You hear Osman go, "Fucking hell, what is that?"
And I'm like, must be something good once the cloud clears.
Oh wow.
So there's a poison kind of dissipating in the main sitting room.
Okay.
Not for me. I'm short.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully
you're there
you
too.
weren't standing right behind me. No one was.
Nope.
Because I was just like,
No,
wait a
no one
minute.
was. Well, you see Leopold laying on the ground next to you.
So
I'm just
No.
kidding.
All right.
Yeah.
no one noticed that before.
All right. So do you look inside the secret compartment?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You see that just beyond where it had fallen out, you see that on the back of the rock there is actually a string that's attached to
Mhm.
a glass vial that's broken inside the just inside the chamber.
I'm like, I'm stupid. But I'd look and see like there's nothing else in there now.
No, you can see that you see that there's a box and you see that there's a scroll.
I'm like, I mean, there's no other traps inside the hole now. I can see like I disarmed it by almost poisoning myself.
Check for traps.
Yes.
Don't you still have your glasses on?
I do still have my glasses on.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You have your glasses on. You don't see any
That's
traps.
why I don't understand how I didn't see a trap when I was examining the stone in the first place.
Well, because the trap was on the other side of the stone.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
but there aren't any more now?
There are none.
All right. So I take out the scroll and I lift out the box. Is it heavy?
Okay. The scroll is actually pretty substantial. It's like
Wow.
it feels like it's almost like made out of leather.
I was gonna say, is it made out of some kind of hide or something?
Is it
Yeah.
skin?
Right.
It's some kind of animal hide. Yeah.
And the
Like
box.
human.
That's
Yeah.
what
And
I'm-
you see that the box is silver. And it's very ornately kind of it's got all those kind of like ornate carvings and scroll work on the outside of it. And you see that they're in the center of the top, there's a ruby.
Oh, I wonder if it's art.
Does the box have any kind of contraptions on it? Can I detect any locks or traps on the box?
You see that there are no traps on the box, but there is the lock. It's a small keyhole.
Bet you it's
Does
hard.
the decoration on this box look anything like that weird key that I never found a keyhole for at my mother's?
Roll a wisdom check.
I mean, I
Wis-
have the
wisdom-
key. I could just take it out.
Yeah, you could take it out and look at it.
I just take the key out that I have and look at it. Do they look similar?
They do.
I'm like, oh, I looked everywhere for you. So before I like read the scroll, open the box.
Shouldn't you read the instructions before you open it?
Yeah, what is this? I open the scroll. Can I read it?
Okay. You open up the scroll and you see that the imagery is all kind of like moving. And there's like words all the way around it and all over it. But in the center, there's like a image. It's surrounded by like lines and circles that are kind of interwoven. But at the very center of the scroll, you see a picture of the Soul Forge.
God damn it.
Oh, I wonder if this is how they made it.
That's, is that the only thing that's on the scroll?
Yeah, I mean, it's big. It's probably about like it's like the size of a poster almost when you unfold it.
I'm like, Osman, have you ever
Like-
seen this before?
And he's like, "Nope, I've never seen anything like that. It's hurting my head to look at it though."
And I'm like, what about you, Leopold? Is there anything like this in the Book of Knowledge?
He goes, "I've only seen that drawing one time in the Book of Knowledge, and it's the history of the Soul Forge." He goes, these are the instructions to create the Soul Forge."
This is what the Mad Mage wants.
What if we destroy it?
We make one of our own.
Well,
Or
yeah,
make-
Oh,
I knew that was the first thing.
I don't think that's a good idea. That's like a full circle moment.
But it
Do you
made
say that out loud?
Do you?
I'm like, it's either that or go to hell.
Mariel says, "Are you mad?"
He has a very wry
We've been
sense of
called
humor.
worse.
All right, so I roll up the scroll and I say, I think I found this key in my house, in my mother's things. And I'm like, it looks like it goes to this box.
See if it works.
I try it.
All right.
Create the Soul Forge. Son of a bitch.
you open it up and there's another Soul Forge in there. Like,
It was the
You see,
Robbie.
you put the key in and you hear it click, and the top pops open.
All right, what's in there?
You hear more clicking. You're,
Oh, God damn it.
and you see the top kind of like lifts off, and then you see the top kind of like scroll back, and they lift up and they curl up and they fold off to the side.
Uh-oh.
And you
become
see that
what?
the bottom of the bottom of the box starts lifting up. You hear like gears and stuff lifting. And you see sitting on the bottom of the box, now the top of the box. You see that there is one of those coins, just like the one that you gave to, or that the Rakasha wanted.
Oh, damn it.
What did that coin do again? I forgot.
Where did the coin that you got off the dead guy? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this thing was seriously locked up.
So now we need to know what she told us kind of what that coin does, didn't she?
Does Leopold
can't
know what
remember.
this coin does?
I don't remember. I thought it had
So we
something to
have
do
to
with the
refresh
cult,
her?
though.
It had something to do with your sword, I thought.
You just said that it was a symbol that the cultists made the coins. She didn't tell us what it did. She just said it was
She's
their
a
symbol.
liar. She's a
Yeah, I
liar.
wouldn't trust a single word out of her little cat
Yes.
mouth.
She's a
Your
Dennis
little cat
Well. She lied.
Well, now you have the coin and you won't be giving it to dumb people.
Wait, does Leopold know anything about this coin?
Well, I think we need to find out what this is because the Rakasha wanted it, and obviously she lied about what it is.
Always. But we knew that, giving it to her.
What was the name of that cult? The cult
Zariel.
Zariel. Ah,
Personality. Cult of personality.
I'm like, this is a symbol of the occultists who follow Zariel. I'm like, what use would her coin have? Why would the Rakasha want it?
And Leopold says, and why would your mother have a key to a box that's in my house?
Because this house used to be the Radistan's house. And she's now working with him.
Well, that and this has been here for a while, I think.
What if your mother's
Unless, I mean, if Radistan knows that the instructions for the Soul Forge are here, he knows this box is here. He must not have felt like it was an opportune moment to come and get it. But it's been here for a long time.
what if your mom is not necessarily, what if she's been under Radistan's power this whole time?
She's evil.
Okay. I'm just saying.
She's a
But-
hag.
Mud.
Yeah.
Why don't you hold on to the coin and scry it?
Ooh.
Do you give him the coin?
Rip this out. What?
You
I'm
give
like,
him the coin, Ember?
maybe you could hold my hand and we could scry together. I want to see too. I feel like this coin is something that there might be something to do with the giving.
Yeah, I'm
since
down with sharing.
Asha was so intent on that. And right now it's just found.
Yeah, just watch our backs. Make sure nothing comes
So,
looking.
yeah.
All right, so I grab Ember's hand and
Okay.
look at this coin. What do you want me to do? What are you asking? What are we asking? What's going on here?
We want to know what the, we want to know like what the
Does it-
coin is, what it does, what it's for.
Okay, I want to know. I want to know the history of this coin.
Well, I want to know what the coin does.
Okay.
The
And that-
history of it might not tell us what it does.
in that case, yeah. Then I'll ask what the coin does.
All right.
Like why would it be so important to the Rakasha or
I think if we know what it does, we'll know
Radistand.
why it's important.
yeah.
All right. Give me a percentile die.
Sure. Ooh, 24.
Wait. I need my chart. Where did I put that? Son of a.
I learned
here it is.
you, man.
You got a 24?
Yes.
All right. Ember, this is the first time you've ever used the orb with mud, right?
No, I think we did it one other time when I learned that I was how my father kidnapped me away
Yeah,
from
I
my
thought-
mom.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
I was like, there was one more
That's right.
time I believe we did it. So
So, okay, so even though you have done this before, you're still a little unnerved by the kind of the stomach flipping sensation of being pulled. You're having your consciousness ripped from your body and pulled into the orb. And then you're kind of like, you feel like you're falling and falling and falling and falling. And then all of a sudden, you feel this incredible heat. You both feel this.
yeah.
Feel the air is almost like burning your lungs, and the smell of sulfur is incredibly strong.
Hmm.
Here we go.
It's the
You
fourth
hear
sword was made.
you hear screaming. It's somewhere in the distance. There's screaming. It sounds like tortured screams echoing off of these bleak mountains. The sky is a weird kind of orange yellow. And there's and occasionally there's like a green lightning that kind of flashes across the sky. You see that below you, you see that there is a line of people dressed in rags, and they're walking down a path towards what looks to be a river. And you see that the river is like this mucky, kind of polluted looking gray, and it's very fast flowing. And you can see it's also incredibly wide. The other side of the river is lost in mist on the in the distance. And you see from the mist, you see that there is a boat slowly moving across the river, almost defying the current of the fast current of the river. And on the boat stands one lone boatman. And you see he's kind of pulling closer towards your side of the river.
Oh, that's what it is.
Suddenly
Damon.
you're pulled down towards the riverside,
Okay.
and you're standing there as the boat reaches a dock. And the first person who is dressed in rags steps forward, and you see he kind of like comes forward, and he goes, "I seek passage." And you see that there's a skeletal hand reaches out and kind of holds its hand out. And you see this man takes out the coin and he puts it in the skeleton's hand. And the skeleton goes and lets the man onto the boat. And then you get sucked back into your bodies.
This is how we need to go probably to get to Tiamat, don't you think?
Well, crossing the river, Avernus, the river is like the dividing line.
Right. So
Between
that's how we get into Avernus, right?
No, no, no. The river flows through Avernus
Mm.
and it's constantly changing.
So I think the coin brings us to where we wish to go.
And it flows from the abyss through Avernus and into the prime material plane.
Oh, so she needs the coin to get out.
We'll need the coin to get out too then.
She's gonna use the coin to get back out.
Yeah, it's to pay the ferryman.
So
Onto
what?
the river Styx.
So we all need to get a coin. That's one. Well, shit. Okay.
Give me a 20-sided die, Mud.
All right. One.
Okay.
We all die.
Implode.
Kate, you and
Yes.
Simon arrive. You and Simon arrive back at the tower.
Okay.
All right. You see, Kate comes back, and it's not long before you realize Simon's not with her, or at least not that you can see.
So
I
what
say, the king's a fool. He's planning on staying and attacking.
okay, so he's dead.
He's going to,
Make
he
a
has some, I say he has some ridiculous idea about, gathering armies here to attack the Trask when it, attacks. He's gonna notify the civilians to leave, but I told him to work with this staff in Sky and to work with the priests to hopefully call for aid from gods. I said, but I had a meeting with Nylea and she said that the events that are taking place have been set into motion a long time ago and there was nothing she could do to aid us in any way. And that in hell, she won't be able to assist me at all.
Oswin says, so the situation is normal, completely hopeless.
Pretty
That's-
much.
What's keeping us? He goes, is the Rakasha going to meet us here or back at the gate to hell?
She's supposed to come here.
I need to rest and rejuvenate all my spells before we leave. So I'm going to do that now.
I'll do the same. I'll do my prayer to Garl and then I'll begin my readings.
Okay.
Where's Harper?
You see Harper comes back. She looks pretty tired.
I just put my hand on her shoulder. I don't say anything. I don't want to make it worse.
See, she just kind of like nods her head. She just looks at you and she touches your hand.
I asked Oswin if he's got any ale.
He goes, of course.
Well, duh.
He goes, actually, I've got the good stuff. The Hylian special brew.
Oh shit. You know what I'm gonna do? Can I use the orb to check on Hylian?
You can't do that while you're studying.
Yeah, okay. I'll just next game.
Okay.
I want to go over to Harper and
You don't know about Frame. You weren't.
oh,
you-
that's right.
You don't know yet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can. I mean, you notice that
So-
she's obviously upset. If you want to.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
do you
What's wrong?
I kind of give you a look, Ember, and I go, is everything okay?
And I tell. So I tell you, Bert came. To let us know that the ship had arrived. They say we lost a lot of men when the Tarask attacked the Victory Jewel. And I named, I let you know, like Karos, Frame, Tobridge.
Oh,
Was it Sniv?
it was
Molo?
Molo.
Sniv and Molo? Yeah. Hawks is
Yeah.
the only kobold that lived.
I was like, not the kobolds. I kind of look at, so then I look at Harper and I go over and I put my hand on her shoulder and I close my eyes and I say a quick prayer to Nylea. I say, if you can't look out for me in hell, look out for this child, please.
And I tell Harper to come have a drink with us.
That's what I was gonna say.
I was thinking, I'm
Who's
like,
that?
maybe she needs to just.
Yep.
He's got
I
some
just-
adult problems.
He's like,
Yeah,
he's like, all right.
I don't tell her that I do that. I just do that on my own.
Okay. You see, he says, come on. He goes, and bring a regular sized goblet with you. He goes, you're lucky. Your first drink of ale is the good stuff. He goes, the stuff that when I was a boy, when I first drank ale, he goes, it was filtered through a goblin's sock.
Ew.
Oh God.
What
So
was that, like 400 years ago?
I kind of look at everyone and I say, by the way, Simon's not going to be able to do his normal tricks in hell.
I didn't even think he was gonna go. I mean,
I pull him out as a salamander. Actually, he's just on my shoulder as a salamander.
Okay.
I say this is going to be his only form, and I have to keep him hidden.
You
Why?
see,
I say because souls are currency in hell, and his soul is special.
shouldn't you go to the Fey realm?
Not without breaking our bond or pain between the two of us.
Hmm.
And I just leave it at that. I don't tell him like that I
Nope.
had the chance to send him away. I'm just like,
Leopold says, well, wait, if souls are currency in hell, that's right. He goes, then the coin must have a soul in it.
Oh.
Oh. Whose soul?
whose soul? Jinx, you owe me a Coke too.
Yeah, we're gonna be like all kinds of sugar.
So
bombs.
how can we find that out?
I can use the orb.
Are you studying or are you talking now?
I'm studying.
Not studying yet. He will go study.
Yeah, if we're still having conversations, no, I'm not
And
gonna.
we all stop saying interesting stuff.
All right. I
right.
tell everyone, I say I have to go prepare for this trip. And
I'm like, so the coin isn't, maybe the coin itself isn't so special, but maybe it is. I'm like, but the way it was under lock and key, it could be the soul that it's holding. That's what is special.
Maybe it's Radistan's soul. You know how people keep each other's hearts to keep them safe.
But is there any way to find out whose soul it is?
When I wake up,
I've left the house and I've gone to my normal tree that I pray under in the garden.
Oh, okay. You're completely leaving. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise I'll get distracted.
All right. And
I don't know
Simon
what you're talking about.
will go with you to keep watch.
Yeah, he's still on my shoulder.
Is Mariel, is that her name?
Yep.
I'm like, do you know anything about that? How we could, or Leopold, do either of you know anything about magic that would tell us whose soul resides in this coin, or if it's even important?
Muriel says, I don't have that kind of magic. Leopold says, well, I don't know, but I don't think it's important. From what you described, anyone can just bring one of these coins.
Yeah, but why would you have it locked up this way? Are they that hard to get? Can you only get one if you're dead? Is it your soul that goes in the coin? Is that what you give the ferryman when you cross over?
He says, that's a lot of good, really good questions. I can try and read about it, but we're running out of time. It's almost sundown.
I don't know. Are we all gonna need a coin?
He says, I don't know. I mean, maybe that might be a better question for the Rakasha. I mean, she's from there, so she could probably tell how hell works.
So what are you studying? How hell works?
What's that?
What have you been studying?
He goes, well, I've been studying how hell works, but I mean, I've mainly been studying history and trying to find out about Tiamat.
hell,
He goes, would you like to hear about the trial of Asmodeus?
Is that going to help us?
Probably not.
no.
He goes, unless you're interested in learning about that, the history of the blood wars.
So you spent your
Between-
time learning about the history of Asmodeus?
He goes, oh yeah.
Right.
He goes, by the
How
way,
is that going to help us?
he goes, well, Vanus made a deal with Asmodeus himself. He goes, I just thought that you should know more about your dagger.
Is there something that, like, do you think this dagger has enough souls to cause like a tipping point in the blood war, or just add more souls to the blood war?
He goes, I have no idea. I mean, it's been around for hundreds of years. So, yes. How many people have you killed with it?
Why don't you ask Vanis that question?
Yeah.
My character, or my player says, not my character.
Yeah, I could ask him. I don't know how.
All right. You see, Oswin says, there's a lot of questions. I get it. But I have one answer for you. Here, take this, drink it. Let's enjoy the last night that we have on Earth. Probably ever.
Again.
Yeah.
And he says, let's enjoy it together. And he goes, Bard, this is not an opportunity for you to sing.
Why not?
Can I just say that I think it's total bullshit. The DM is making us go to hell.
I'm not making you do anything. You don't have to go.
We could just hang around and get eaten by the Tarrasque.
Good time.
I got a boyfriend back in the Fey realm. I don't know what you're talking about.
We could try to read this thing and make another soul force. We've got options, guys.
Speaking of which, what do you do with that scroll?
I roll it back up and put it in the bag of holding. What else am I going to do with it?
You're going to bring it with you?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Where should we put
Okay.
it? Should we hide it? I don't want to leave it here.
Yeah. Bring it with us. That's a
Madison's
pretty,
going to come and try to get it.
If
I
worse comes to worse,
going
we'll
back.
just burn the fucker.
So I close the box back up. And
Okay.
I put it back in the compartment. And I get another, like, I say, do you have like some heavy scroll paper?
He says, oh, yeah, I've got lots.
Okay. I roll up another. I'm like, do you want to write a nasty message to Radistan on here?
You see that
Yes.
the
To
Oswin?
everyone in the room.
well,
I'm not there, but I would say vote yes.
I'm like, we're gonna put everything back the way it was.
he goes, let's all, Oswin says, let's all compose this together. Let's see. Dear
We'll take a memo.
Dear Radistan, you rat-faced bastard.
Go on.
I never liked you. Not really. He says, he says, I actually kind of always despised you. Other than Erline, Ryle was my best friend.
We torched your Soulforge instructions and stole your coin, and we'll be back to shove it straight up your ass.
He goes, like it. Put that in there. He goes, what about you, Sam Dolly? Want to add anything? P.S.
No. No,
yes.
I just want to get to him. I don't want to leave him nasty notes. I want to tell him to his face.
He'll be here looking for this. We're all gonna be gone, and he's gonna come here and expect to find it.
You should put a turd in the box.
Right.
right.
P.S.
Actually,
thanks,
I
mom.
wanna
P.S. Thanks, mom, for the key.
actually, instead of saying we destroyed it, I'm gonna say if you torch the city, you'll never get any of these things. We've hidden it in the city, and if you torch the city, you'll never get it.
Okay.
What do you think
He's not
about
gonna
that?
torch. He's not gonna torch the city. He's just gonna destroy it and destroy the people.
If you just, well, so we don't have to say torch, but if you
Yeah.
destroy the city, it will be lost to you forever.
All right.
Especially if you put in your doorway to hell.
All right. You spend some time drinking and eating. Leopold helps put together some food along with Burke, and you guys eat well and drink even more.
We could ask
Bert-
the Rakasha to open up. I'm sorry. We could ask the Rakasha to open a portal and send that box with that message through to him.
Well, she would
Yes,
have to know where he was.
As
Yeah.
we're leaving, We do know where he is. He's on the Isle of Meiji.
Pop that sucker right in front of the door.
We
You
could
got
do
a
it. We could do it
box.
as we're leaving. It could be the last thing we do as we leave. That might buy the city some more time.
It might also make him want to come straight for it.
Might just make him mad and be like, I didn't want that anyway. But I think he does.
I think he does too. It's a thought. So
Yeah.
If you have the freaking monster and the Soul Forge, well, I mean, what the fuck?
All right.
Leopold, besides how magical and swirly this is, does this scroll have like protection on it? If we destroy it, could we, or does it have like, it seems to be quite magical.
I'm sure the fires of hell can destroy it.
He says, well, every artifact could be destroyed. Usually you need to use another artifact. And he goes, I'm sure regular fire would not burn this scroll. But magical fire, perhaps? He goes, probably Samdal's sword could destroy it. And he goes, in fact, you may want to just destroy it right now. This scroll is extremely dangerous.
What I said, just destroy it.
I think if we're going to
Destroy it,
destroy
we'll
it,
never
we
be
do it
able to
when we're
make
on
one.
another plane of existence, because he may be able to sense that it's destroyed if we destroy it now.
What did you say, Brian?
I said, if we destroy it, though, we'll never be able to make another one.
We don't want to make another one.
It caused so much trouble. You know what we could do is just cut off a piece of it and put it in the box and have the Rakasha portal the box to him. Be like, leave Cornith alone, or we'll destroy the rest of it. Personally, I just want to put everything back and make it look like we never tampered with it, and then when he goes in there, he'll see that all the things.
Yeah, let him go
wrong.
through all the work of trying to find it and get there and get it just to open it up and there's a turd.
Oh, it's there.
All right. So you, like I said, you continue to debate this back and forth, and time passes. You eat, you drink. Burke actually does play a song or two, and and Mud and Kate both replenish some of their spells. A few hours pass without any other further incident. Eventually, Burke, Algit, and Harper excuse themselves, and so does Leopold, to get ready their things to move on. As the sun starts to set, Harper, Burke, and Algit look like they're packed up and ready to go. They have backpacks on. You see that Burke says, well, we'll travel by foot at first.
Wait,
And then maybe at the river crossing, we'll get some horses and go the rest of the way.
No,
No,
Leopold
we
is
could
going to send
teleport
you.
you right to the tree.
I don't want you to travel by foot.
We could teleport them right to the tree.
Leopold says, yes, I can send you whenever you want.
It's safest.
Yeah, just go to the freaking zone, man. What are you doing?
Hey, Keith,
Yeah.
I give Harper my mushroom lamp.
Okay.
I give Harper some mushrooms.
You see that everybody's kind of like they're making their way around, giving hugs and saying their goodbyes. You see Burke walks up to you, Samdal, and he's like, well, old friend, I'll see you soon, I hope.
I hope so.
He goes, come on.
No.
He puts his arms around you. He pats you on the shoulder.
Can he put his arms around me?
Not really. He's kind of like he puts his arms on your shoulders. All right. You see, he even goes over to Osman. He goes, "Come on, old man." And he goes, "If you touch me, I will rip off your arm so I can
Oh,
have
you
an
won't. He's
extra
touching
arm."
you.
And he goes, "Okay, fair enough." He
Maybe
goes,
just a pat on the back.
When
"It
I-
hasn't." I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, finish what you're saying, dear. I'll wait. I'm sorry.
He says, "I'm not gonna lie, it's been some pretty stressful situations, but you guys are like family to me. Since my dad died, I didn't really have much family. And I think back to that stormy night that you guys came into my house, the way station." He goes, "Who knew that would lead us here?"
All right, continue.
Sure didn't.
Take it easy.
And he goes, "Samdal, I'm gonna write the best song about this."
I hope I can hear it someday.
He goes,
Remember
"Me
how
too."
many times Burke fell in the mud that night?
A lot. More than me.
Every time we turned around, you were back. But you've
Yeah.
gotten a lot better.
I embrace my mother
Okay.
and tell her to be safe.
She's going to the realm too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we gather the gnomes?
Yes, they finally get there.
Okay.
They
And
they
I
were
go-
told they were told to come there before sundown.
Okay, I go to Aujet and I embrace her, and as I'm embracing her, I say, "Do not let Burke name your child."
And she goes, "Oh, I know."
That's awesome.
And I put my hand on the egg and I say a prayer for it as well.
Say, Burke, you should name your child Flappy.
Going on the list.
He goes, "Flappy." He goes, "Hmm. You know, I know you're messing with me, but I don't hate it."
All right, go. We gotta
All right.
go to
Tell
hell.
Harper.
All right. The gnomes come and they say, "Hello, cousin."
Cousin.
Before
Read
they
it,
go,
read
I
it.
just want to tell Harper, like, don't do anything crazy or too crazy. Try to stay with the group. You will be able to help them and look out for them. You're smart. And they need you as much as you need them.
She should find the cat lady.
Oh, I'm sure Penn will be there.
Yeah. I look at Harper and I say, "Harper, find Penn. You'll like her."
Oh, she knows Penn.
She knows Penn. She was in the Fey realm with
Oh,
us.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, you
I
know,
forgot she was this.
hopefully your time there, you'll have some, it will be calm there. Not like here.
You'll learn
All right.
some good stuff. Wait, so we're done reading and praying and everything like that? We're all together now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I go hug my cousins. I'm like, be safe and learn whatever you can from these elves. They're geniuses like us, just different.
He says, they say, "We will." And you see that she says, "Always wanted to see the Fey realm."
You'll love it, at least now. It was pretty freaking scary before.
He says, and you see Garl says, "That's what I've heard." He goes, "Well, wizard, you got a portal for us?"
Drizzle,
see that-
drazzle, druzzle, drum.
Leopold starts casting a spell on the mirror. And you can see the forest light kind of shimmers through. You see like kind of like the greenish golden light coming through and kind of lighting up the room.
Ah.
All All
All
right.
right, are you guys ready?
You see the gnomes go through first, and then Algit, and then Burke. You see he says, "I have to be with my family. I wish I could."
Go, Burke.
Push him through.
All right,
Family
you
first.
see he goes, I'll see you all soon.
I hope so.
I tell Muriel, I say, please fully apprise Etta and the dryads of the danger. I have a feeling they're going to be attacked next. If not next, then soon.
She says, I will. And then she goes through, she doesn't embrace you. She gives you like the elf hug, the high
Yep.
elf hug, which is really just she grabs your shoulders and looks you in the eye.
Yep.
And nods and then leaves. And then finally Harper leaves. Harper, before she leaves, she looks back and she says, try not to die.
We'll meet again.
Same to you.
You're going to be a hell of a leader.
I
wish
just
you could
type
come with.
it, like, it's a tall order for where we're going.
There's always got to be negative Nancy in the group.
You're gonna do
And I
great.
don't say it out loud, but I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be. I have a feeling this is it for a lot of us to see these
Yep.
people again.
This is
Yep.
All right. She goes through and Leopold closes the portal. And he goes, well, I'm going to the Tower of the Staff and Sky. He goes, I've been sending my stuff there all day. He goes, these are the last of the books. I can just carry them myself.
Do you need help
All right.
getting in? Should we make sure you get there safe?
He says, no, I know the way.
I know you know the way.
I say the king will be leaning on you guys pretty heavily for answers. But
You'll handle it.
you can only do what you can do. And when you need to, be prepared to leave.
He says, I will. Well, see you around. You
Take
see
care of,
he leaves.
I was gonna say, take care of my order.
Take Henry with you.
That was terrible.
So now it's just the four of you and Oswin there. And the house feels very empty.
Guys, is this crazy?
Hell yeah.
Of course it is.
We're going to-
We can
I've been
very
wanting to
easily
go for a
retire
while
to the
now,
free
so-
room.
I have a question. For every eclipse, have we accounted for the action that has happened afterwards?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's only
So
been
there's
two.
no reason to check on Hillian because we know what happened so far.
Right.
right.
All right.
Let's
You-
go.
You see that shortly after Leopold leaves, you hear a knock at the door.
Damn it.
The Rakasha.
It's Algit.
Oh, what?
Ouch it.
I'm not Algit. I'm sorry.
Like, wait, what's she doing here?
You just
Sorry.
opened the door. Let me to the front door.
No, it's Sharana. Sorry. Algit's name is actually right below Sharana because you met them on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One's a bird, one tries to eat me.
All right.
I said, are you ready?
And she says, of course. Now, where is this gate that you spoke of?
I say, so you have your coin for the ferryman?
You see, she just looks at you. She says, I do.
do we all need one?
You do not.
Why is that?
She says, you have the knife.
Well, we're not. So that has enough souls to let all of us pass? Is that the idea?
She says, I'm sure it does.
You've probably killed more than 100 just by yourself.
Hmm?
I said, you've probably killed more than 100 people just by yourself.
I have, I'm sure of it.
So we've got plenty and some.
Well,
chickens.
that whole thing against the fishmen.
I killed like I want to say it was like 30 something total in all the different battles that we had against them. Because the one when we were locked in that room, I think I killed like 16 or 17 of them.
Dennis
just
loves
there.
the shit out of you. You've been.
I killed all of them at the end, so
But
my
I had like
giant fireball.
I kept on I was like berserking for like 3 or 4 rounds and I was getting 3 at a time.
Yep.
Times, good times.
All right, let's go.
Go to hell.
So do you guys want to go through the portal that's in my house and not have her know that there's one in the garden? Because she won't really know where she is if we go down through the house. And it will
Yes.
make sense to her that Fiona had it in the basement of her house.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Keep this
Okay.
as deep as possible.
So
This might need to be our
the
escape.
city's still standing. I don't want her to know about that gate from that access point.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
I say, let's go to the Downey house.
Okay. Kane, give me a 20, please.
I will. I wasn't prepared for a follow-up question. 14.
Okay. Okay. You guys, as you're getting towards the Downey house, the Downey Tower, you see you're walking along, the sun is setting, and then you hear the like the noises of the city, and then you hear all of a sudden there's like a horn in the distance,
Oh, damn it, Hal.
and you see that the sky is starting to grow darker.
Oh God.
We need to get.
I look at Ember and I go,
No time.
no time.
Thanks
Well,
for and
you're almost at or now.
we are. Oh, okay. I
Oh,
thought you
yeah.
were saying it like while we were still standing in the
No.
movie.
I said you're
house.
walking through the city. You're going towards Downey Tower.
All right. I say let's hurry.
Yep,
Go.
we start running.
Yeah.
I jump on Samdal's back.
Okay.
I
You see
jump
that
on
you,
Sharana's back.
you see Sharana doesn't really run. Like she's like she wears these kind of heavy ass robes.
That's
You
not
know,
my-
she's not really moving too quickly. But
Okay.
she's managing to keep up with you.
All right.
All right. So you get to Downey Tower. You see that it's still being guarded by
But
the
they
city
know I'm
watch.
back now, so they're not going to give me a hard time this time.
Yeah.
And I say we'll be going in. We won't be coming out.
You see, they say, okay, not until morning.
We won't be coming out.
They just look at each other and then, Captain,
Yes.
they're like, you're moving in as well.
It's not exactly moving in, but we'll see each other again, hopefully.
He says, the sky grows dark.
Be
Prepare.
careful. Please.
All right. You hear that now you're hearing like more panicked people kind of screaming and pointing up at the sky. The setting sun getting darker and darker.
They didn't have time to evacuate the city.
All right,
Right.
let's go.
We
All
go.
right.
We go to that room. Flip
Yep.
up the hatch. I say this way.
Let's hell up.
Hell up, everybody,
All
or down.
right. So you going through the kitchen, you take the spiral stairs down and down towards the final gate.
Mhm.
You see that the door looks pretty much untouched from before.
Yeah.
Looks
I have
very
to use the dagger to unlock the door at the bottom of the stairs, right?
yes. and very similar to before. It's a large hall, and then the stairs leading up. And you can see that at the end of the hallway, there's the gateway, the door. The eerie red light kind of emanates from the walls and the floor and the ceiling here.
Wow.
Right?
That's beautifully horrifying.
All right. You
We
walk
turn back and there's two little girls, twin girls standing there.
you do as you approach the door at the end of the chamber. You do feel kind of an even more heavy dread kind of coming over you.
Great.
Okay,
Tell it to go
because
away.
now we actually have some intention to go through the door.
Yeah. Well, and you didn't even really get this close before.
Oh yeah, we were right at the door.
Well, we did. Her and I went to the door and they were like, guys, no.
I say mind to mind to Simon. I was like, stay hidden.
Oh, so when we go through the door at the bottom of the stairs, I shut it and lock it behind us before we start going down the corridor.
You want to put a special spell so it stays locked? Is that possible? Okay.
Who would
Well,
do that?
Who would do that?
I don't know. That's why I was asking. Isn't Leopold coming with us or no? No, he went to this.
No.
Please. That
No.
Or should we? I mean, maybe we're not going to have the dagger anymore when we come back. If we
I don't think we're going to come back through this door.
I kind of don't either. I think the way back is going to be something else.
Yeah, I don't think that we're going to. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice.
I'd rather leave it locked. I don't want anyone stumbling onto this. All
Well,
right.
Stumbled into hell.
Okay.
All right. So you put Vanis into the door, into there's like an alcove where it fits.
Mhm.
And you see that the door, the veins of the door, remember it looked like almost like veins
Mhm.
begin to kind of pulsate and grow. And you can kind of see, instead of opening, it kind of like you hear like a wet noise. It's like,
No.
Neat.
and it's kind of like looks like it's almost like a wound opening rather than a door opening.
Yummy.
And you see the dagger kind of pops out and it floats back to you.
Okay.
And you see the door opens up and you can feel a blast of heat and you can smell the smell of sulfur. And beyond, you see that there is this hellish landscape and rolling like, sorry.
Of course, the landscape is hellish.
Well, you see it's like a barren wasteland.
Yeah, I know.
And you can see rivers of lava and molten rock, and just it's desolate beyond.
All right. As soon as I get in there, I kill all the devils.
Oh man, what a good idea.
Wouldn't have thought of
You're
that.
gonna kill them all?
Kill them all.
Really glad you did that.
All the devils.
You know, I was worried until Sam Dahl
Why am
said
I
he
in
killed-
front?
Ooh, look at it, it's animated.
That's beautiful, by the way.
It's
Oh, it's
Uh,
animated too. Holy shit. That's awesome.
You're so little, Mud. Look at you. I
Follow me.
was like, who's that child?
We're missing Oswin in the Rakasha, though.
yeah, well, they're standing behind that rock.
They don't count.
All right, you see that there are no paths here. And you're up on kind of what looks like a rocky black slate hill. The rocks are very loose and it's very unsure, like your footing is unsure. As soon as you kind of walk through the gate, You hear the noise like a tear, that kind of almost like that fleshy tearing sound behind you again. And this is you hear,
And closes up.
and you can see that the rock that you stepped through has completely closed. Now there would be no door there.
Well, we were right.
Well, get us to the architect.
This is where we're going to leave off until next time.